Welcome to Agent Files, where we go over all the different agents in Valorant. Today's agent is Sage, the Ice Queen, and the Healer.
I am both shield and sword.
Sage is primarily a defensive hero that is more of a support slash defensive hero, and is overall always going to be a highly picked operative. Her abilities, of course, are the following. First is her barrier orb. It creates 4 pillars of ice, and basically they are almost bulletproof, it feels like. They last about a minute, and they take a lot of damage. It takes about 2 magazines worth of pistol ammo and 6 slashes on the ice with your knife. The best part about this is that you can use this to teleport yourself up on a platform and have a good vantage point, but please do not use this every single time of getting on top of her barrier, because you'll probably get pre-shot because they know that you are up on the ice. Now, you can also rotate the ice with your right click, and basically that just allows you to be a little bit more exact with it. And the C button will allow you just to go either up and down or left and right. This is really good for if you're trying to hold off an enemy rushing you, coming into your site, or if you're trying to rush into a site, block off a line that they cannot attack you from because of the barrier. Next up is her slow orb, and basically, as what it sounds, it just slows you down. You can throw this around corners and it can bounce off walls, and it just makes a lovely large field. This lasts about 20 seconds, and if you walk across it, you are heavily slowed, and you make a lovely noise that everybody can hear. But if you shift walk on this, obviously you're still slowed, but the enemy cannot hear you. So, just make mental notes that you can shift walk. The bunny hopping has been patched since the quick hot fix that they had just recently, so bunny hopping does not work anymore. You're going to be slowed no matter what on her slow orb. Next up is the healing orb. The healing orb is probably her most useful ability besides her barrier wall. And the healing orb basically allows you to rise yourself all the way up to full health as long as it's going and you don't take any damage. You can either rise yourself or another player. And just keep constantly using it, please. It goes on cooldown for 35 seconds, so do make note of that whenever you're going into a round, but you can make the most of it if needed. Finally is her ultimate, Resurrection. This is probably one of the harder ults to display, but also we'll just kind of go over it easily. Basically, you can walk up to any of your dead teammates and rise them. But the hardest part about this is probably one of the hardest situational ults to ever use. It's always like, man, I wish I could put it in this situation or this situation. It's going to be the hardest ult to use, especially it takes about 10 seconds to fully make someone come back alive, so you're just kind of a sitting duck during that time period. And then also, the enemy team gets a notification, and they will know where you were at because the X will disappear. So if the enemy team is paying attention to their minimap, they will know where you guys are coming from. So this will maybe be a hard thing for you if you're retaking a site or trying to hold a position. They will know where you're at. Also, it's a good ult too for if you're low on funds. So like if you've just been kind of going back and forth and you guys have been having no funds or no credits, this is a good ult at the end of the round to res one of your players so that they can keep their gun, especially if they have an op. Please do that, because then you still have an op in play and you keep another gun in play. So I know that one's kind of controversial. A lot of people will be hating you if you ult after the round's pretty much over, but I see it as a win economy-wise. And so that is our agent file. Please let me know down in the comment section what agent you want to see next, and please feel free to subscribe to me. It will mean the world to me, and thanks for watching. Thanks, bye-bye.